Hello everyone and welcome to the Digimon Ghost Game video. This time we're going to be going over the synopses that were just released for the episodes 29 through to 32 of Digimon Ghost Game. So these are all from With the Will, so we've had them come out in the episode guide like we always do, and we've had With the Will post them. I'd say they'd be in the description, but for the last few weeks, YouTube has had a glitch where I'm unable to save my descriptions, so I'll put it in the comments for now, but once this episode's been out and the bug is eventually, hopefully, fixed, I'll be putting it in the description when YouTube decides to work. Anyway, so first up we have episode 29, which comes out, as of recording this, tomorrow, so on the 12th of June, and it's called Monster Pollen. So one afternoon, Kiyoshiro and his partner Jellymon meet a lost girl named Yuana at a department store. Yuana becomes very fond of Kiyoshiro by a strange coincidence, and he tries to take her to the Lost Child Center, but is attacked by Kaduku. I always have trouble pronouncing this. It's Dokugamon, but it's the Ko version, so it's like the child version of it. So it's Dokugamon, but for some reason I can never say Kadukugamon. I don't know why. It's like a tongue twister. Try saying Kadukugamon like 5 times fast. Anyway, so it meets this Digimon that I can't pronounce. A swarm of Kodukugumon, and then it sounds weird if I say it slowly, attack the people while hiding in the shadows. There's a thick fog surrounding the department store, so even if they tried to run, they wouldn't be able to see their way around outside to escape. Hiro and Ruri hear about the commotion of a thick fog covering a singular corner of the city and arrive at the scene. Unable to get in contact with Kiyoshiro, Angoramon flies up to the skies to check out the situation when he senses the presence of a particular Digimon. Now, this is an episode that we've already seen the preview of at the end of episode 28, so the identity of this particular Digimon is, I guess, was straight up shown in that preview, so it's Tropiumon. One would assume it's definitely shown in the preview, so one would guess that that's the Digimon that is being sensed in this situation. So thoughts for this synopsis are pretty positive because I'm pretty excited about having a Kiyoshiro focused episode. I'm glad that we're getting attention to other characters, possibly to lead towards their upcoming perfect level evolutions or what have you, and any character moments. It's really nice, so I'm really looking forward to this. It is also nice seeing Togukugamon, I think I approximately pronounced it okay there, I'm pretty excited to this Digimon. It kind of came out like a few years ago, but hasn't really been seen around on much, and is basically, as the name would imply, having Ko as a prefix, it is like the child version of Dokugamon, which is the giant, scary spider Digimon. However, Ko Dokugamon is a really kind of cute character and kind of a cute design. I'm not a huge fan of spiders, I'm actually arachnophobic, but I actually adore this design. I think they did a really good job of designing this child form for a Digimon that's been around for the majority of Digimon's lifespan as a franchise, so it's nice that we're adding on evolutions to these existing Digimon. Big fan of that, and big fan of this Digimon's design, so very excited to see that. And then of course we have Tropiumon, who is also a newish Digimon, but we did previously see Tropiumon in Adventure Colon, but still, it is nice to see them use all these new Digimon designs, as well as the older Digimon as well. So this episode, I don't really think it's going to be an evolution episode. It might be how we've had a bunch of Ruri and Angoramon-esque episodes that sort of feature them as the main characters, but we've yet to see them actually evolve. I think this will be maybe not an evolution, but more of a focus for them to grow on their relationship and grow on them as characters in preparation for their eventual evolution episode. Next up, we have episode 30, which is releasing on June 19th, and it's called Bad Influence. And I'm really excited. I briefly, speed read through the synopses before doing this video, and this is one I'm really excited for on the basis of the Digimon that are appearing. So, we have X-Tyrannomon, who is another one of those old Digimon who, as far as I'm aware, hasn't actually been animated. It was on the version 5 of the original Virtual Pets for Digimon. It is just like a pink Tyrannomon, but it's also kind of a costume in the same way that Edamon is kind of a costume, and it has this dark face inside it, this scary ghost face, and it's just a really cute design. So I'm very much looking forward to this Digimon actually debuting in the anime, since it's one of those very, very old Digimon that's been around for a long time. So I don't think it's too much of a stretch to say that X-Tyrannomon is one of those fan favourite Digimon that a lot of fans have latched onto. I know Cinnobali has, and a bunch of others, because it is a very nice design. It's very cute, but it's also very Digimon. It's a great Digimon, and it feels very underrated considering how long this Digimon has been around for. So anyway, X-Tyrannomon and Warumonzemon suddenly appear before Kayano, who is a junior high school student who's been skipping school. Naughty, naughty. The two cozy up towards Kayano, asking to play. At first, Kayano is confused, but gradually warms up to them, and they turn their nagging father and homeroom teacher into dolls. As their friendship grows, X-Tyrannomon and Warumonzemon also grow in size. Kayano's childhood friend, Aoi, who I think is one of Ruri's friends from memory, visits her home, but Aoi is also turned into a doll. Ruri gets worried when she suddenly can't contact her friend, yep, okay, I was right there, and contacts Hiro to begin a search for her friend. They find a suspicious hologram ghost that's shaped like a yellow bear and follow it. So I guess that just sounds like regular Monzemon. Meanwhile, Kyono, accompanied by X-Tyrannomon and Warumonzemon, wander through the town, changing people they pass in the streets and people in the park into dolls. They begin to play a cruel game with the dolls. This one seems like another one of those episodes that it's not scary in the traditional sense of ghosts and stuff. It is just creepy. Reading that description, it is one of those descriptions that kind of sends a chill up your spine. It's one of those moderately scary, moderately creepy kind of descriptions of a synopsis. So it sounds very creepy, but it sounds like it could be a good fun episode. Obviously in the horrifying kind of way, but it is, again, nice to see X-Tyrannomon finally being animated. As far as I'm aware, I don't think X-Tyrannomon has actually been animated, which feels like a crime because it's one of those just incredible Digimon. I feel like everybody loves X-Tyrannomon, and we just don't talk about X-Tyrannomon enough. Everybody needs to love X-Tyrannomon. It's a good Digimon, alright? So next we have episode 31, Tsujigiri, which is, as far as I'm aware, it's when a samurai first gets a sword and they're like, okay, I've got this new sword, I'm gonna go test it on the first person I see. So that's a kind of what I would assume this episode to be about. So it has a Tsujigiri Digimon appears, attacking both humans and Digimon left and right with an eerie sword in hand. On the very night that Angoramon learns about it, he runs into Tsujigiri Digimon by pure coincidence, which is just by nature and love of the plot, they do it because the script says so. So they run into this Digimon by pure coincidence / plot. So the truth that the Digimon wasn't the culprit. Whoever holds the sword gets changed into a Tsujigiri. When Angoramon touches the sword, he is driven by the urge to slay someone. Will Angoramon be transformed into the dreaded Digimon? And then we have a definition of what Tsujigiri means, and I was right with what it meant, so go me. So yeah, it's they've got written here, is the practice of when a samurai gets a new weapon or technique, they would test it out often on a random passerby. So pretty close to what I said. So this one could be an Angoramon evolution episode. We do know Lamortmon looks kind of evil and kind of dark, and that's been kind of like a theory that I've had since Lamortmon was given a design for the Jellymon Dim, not Jellymon Dim, Angoramon Gym. It's a gym card. It's where you make your friend called Jim. So, missed opportunity having the fitness bracelet not have something called a gym, by the way. But anyway, so I've kind of been wondering if Lamortmon is a dark/evil Digimon or evolution since we got the Angoramon Dim designs, and I kind of really hope that it is a dark evolution, and if it is, surely it would be in this episode where it's kind of hinting at some transformation. Though, mind you, Lamortmon's design doesn't have a sword or anything. He just looks like a big angry teddy bear. So it could go honestly either way here, but it would be nice to see some more perfect level evolutions, especially if they are dark evolutions, because it adds so much depth. I'm a big fan of dark evolutions, and if we just have constant dark evolutions in Ghost Game, I would be very, very happy. And then lastly, we have episode 32, Who Are You? And this comes out on July 3rd, so we don't have any weeks off. We're just bang, bang, bang with the Ghost Game lately, which is good. So the synopsis reads, the peaceful everyday routine of Hero's partner Gammamon is slowly disrupted. He's stood up by his friend Gotsumon, another Digimon who has been in essentially every season of Digimon since the first season. It's one of those ones like Lotmon, and it's definitely a topic for a video because there are so many Gotsumon and it's in every season, at least in some small capacity. So anyway, so Gammon's friend is Gotsumon and he stood up by his friend, and Hero says that he saw him in a place where he wasn't supposed to be. Then one day, when he returns to Hero's room after a day out, he finds another Gammamon there. I'm Gammamon, he claims, but neither Hero, Ruri, or Kiyoshiro believe him. They think that the other Gammamon is the real Gammamon. Having lost the place that he belongs, Gammamon wanders around in sorrow. The other Gammamon is Betsumon in disguise, whose goal it is to take Gammamon's place, and together with its fellow Betsumon crew, plans to take over the dormitory. When Gammamon returns to the dormitory, he learns of Betsumon's plans and tries to tell Hero about it. So, another Digimon who is fairly well known in the community, which is Betsumon, which looks like just somebody cosplaying as Tailmon/Gatomon, and we've already had this Digimon be in the anime before, so it's not as exciting as X-Tyrannomon, but this episode just sounds like it's going to be a humorous episode, while the other episodes sound quite scary. We have the spiders attacking with a particular Digimon in a fog and some sort of, it feels like a threatening aura. We have giant teddy bears and toy Tyrannosaurus Rexes running around with people, turning people into dolls. We have Digimon who are just killing people, or Digimon just constantly. And then we have what almost sounds like a humorous episode, a comedy in comparison to the other episodes, which sound like horrors. So anyway, we have maybe some evolution moments, or at the very least some character moments. These episodes are more or less focused around characters who aren't Hero, which I guess Adventure Colon kind of made me appreciate whenever a series pays attention to someone who's not the, quote-unquote Goggle Kid. So it is nice that out of all these episodes, only one feels like it's particularly a hero-based episode, and that's episode 32. All the other ones have other characters sounding like the main character, so we've got, Kiyoshiro and Jellymon, and we have Ruri and Angoramon, and then we have Ruri and Angoramon again. Or at least one of those episodes seems to be more like a Ruri episode, which is another good thing about Ghost Game. It seems to treat the Digimon and their human partner as separate entities, rather than just the human partner plus the Digimon, which a lot of the seasons do have that problem, where they are treated as the same entity, and Ghost Game does not seem to do that. So overall, those are the synopses for episodes 29 through to 32. I'm fairly excited about these. Like, these read as pretty interesting episodes, and I'm very much looking forward to them, especially the one with Ex-Tyrannomon. While that episode does kind of almost read like a little bit more filler than the other episodes, it feels like it's just going to be another Ruri episode where we learn maybe more about her connection with her friends, her connection with herself, and more about that character. So that's what it feels like. But I'm looking forward to it, mainly because of Ex-Tyrannomon. And also the Sujigiri Digimon episode. That's also interesting because it could be an evolution episode. And I feel like, it is now, like, after all these synopses, it's episode 32. That's the last episode we're reading about here. So most seasons of Digimon only go up to like 50 episodes. So if we only have 20 episodes to go, I feel like we're going to have to really get a move on in terms of the evolutions. But anyway, that's it for the synopses, and that's it for this video. So let me know your predictions and your thoughts about these episodes in the comments below. Like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and of course, I'll see you on the next one. Bye!